I'm done. I'm moving on and not going back and forth with anything or anybody. Amen.
How you doing? My name is Charlie.
Let's take this journey real quick.
It all began with a pastor many held in high esteem, a leader of a megachurch, a man who inherited a spiritual legacy from his father. Known for his powerful preaching, Bishop Ellis stood at the center of a religious empire. But today, he's in the center of controversy. You might remember when the internet exploded during Aretha Franklin's funeral.
Because I have to brush up. My 28-year-old daughter tells me, Dad, you are old at 60. When I saw Ariana Grande on the program, I thought that was a new something at Taco Bell.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
This man got his hand all around, cupped up under there. I remember this.
Girl, let me give you all your respect.
A video surfaced of Bishop Ellis embracing Ariana Grande just a little too closely, hands wandering where they shouldn't have. At the time, it was chalked up to poor judgment. But now, a much deeper story has surfaced. A woman has come forward, claiming she had a long-term relationship with Bishop Ellis. According to her, it started when she was just 20 years old and new to Detroit, a young single mother, struggling to find her footing. She says the bishop took her under his wing, supporting her emotionally, spiritually, and even financially.
Okay, so let me respond to you about texts and pictures and things getting together. So this is over off and on since 2002, really to like 2018. So I have lots of things, pictures and things like that. Like we didn't take pictures of like intimate things because it was a secretive relationship, and so it wasn't like I was looking to expose him, and of course he wanted to keep things private, so that's that. But I do have bank statements, like he put his name on my account. I don't know if that helps you, but you can see that. Charles H. Ellis III.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Bishop, I know you lying.
I'm not doing this to like really like make this messy, like exposing him, like, oh, you know. It is what it is at this point. It's my story. It's my testimony of what God did in my life. This is another statement.
Oh, man.
Okay, this is 2006. One is 2004. But really, I just have a women's ministry. And so if I can help another woman overcome and learn her value, her intrinsic value, and not compromise herself for money, then I'm going to help women do that. And that's what this is really about, me helping somebody else. Women need help. The people need help. And if my testimony, my story can help somebody, that's what I'm going to do. Here's another statement.
Chase Bank?
I may go live to answer a few specific questions. But, yeah, it's just testimony time. That's all. I just finally have the courage to talk about it.
You say testimony
I finally have overcome the fear of something happening to me about talking about it. We do live in Detroit. People come up missing and dying all the time. But I feel God, and I know that the Lord is with me, and I know that my story and things happen to me for a reason. So it's just time for me to tell it. I'm healed, and I want to talk about it. I don't blame him. I was in love. I believe he cared for me deeply. So this is not about blaming anybody. People are broken. They do things for different reasons. We have to understand that. And so when we psychoanalyze things, you get to the root of things, you uncover the truth. And so that's what this is all about. May the truth make us free. So yeah, I hope those bank statements help you though.
Wow.
But I'll dig for more stuff. All right, bye.
But what began as mentorship, she says, turned into manipulation. She accuses him of using his position to get close, offering comfort, guidance, and eventually, love. Not just words, but actions too: bank statements, gifts, cash, and even help launching a small business. She claims he paid for her equipment and cheered her on. On the outside, she says she had everything. But on the inside, she was broken, lost, and confused. She describes their time together vividly: boat trips, private dinners, cozy moments in hidden places. And all the while, he remained a married man. She admits she knew he had a wife. But at the time, she convinced herself it was okay. She wanted to believe it was love. Years later, she says she's found healing. She's not telling this story to tear him down. She's telling it to lift other women up. She wants them to know that what feels like love may really be control. What looks like blessings might be bait. She calls it a counterfeit relationship, a story that looked holy but was built on sin.
So y'all get the point of what's going on, right? This is how he responds.
Amen. I want to get very serious. As all you all know, amen, a firestorm hit me, amen, on this past Sunday and been traveling throughout this week. Something that was handled 18 years ago.
A firestorm. All right.
My dad said, always acknowledge, own it, and you can move on and get back to business doing what God has called you to do. So that's what I tried to do. I tried to give all of you all a heads up before it went out so that you would know that it was coming from me. But I made that statement, and the statement is the statement. That's it. I'm done. I'm moving on, and I'm not going back and forth with anything or anybody. Amen. I'm not throwing stones at anybody. I'm not making anybody a victim or a villain or whatever, because at the end of the day, amen, I can only be accountable for my actions. And amen, I handled that 18 years ago, and now I've got to deal with it now. But it is what it is, got to deal with it. And sometimes when you think things are over, they come back. But anyhow, I'm trying my best, amen, to take care of my wife, my children, my daughter, Kiera, and her husband, and Buddy, and his wife, and my grands, and keep moving forward, amen. But I ask you all for your forgiveness, amen. You shouldn't have to deal with this. You deserve better than that. And again,
Y'all heard what he just said, right? Okay.
you should not have to be making excuses for me, that I've asked you to make excuses for me, but you should not even have to deal with this. And my apologies to you, and ask for your forgiveness, but I've moved on and have moved on for almost 2 decades, amen, and trying to do what God has called me to do. So I want to thank you for your prayers. The ministers and leaders, amen, prayed for me in the sanctuary, amen, a few minutes ago. And I feel the strength of God on this morning. And I want to thank God for your love. I want to thank God for your prayers. And I want to thank God most of all for your support, and for your kindness, and for your forgiveness. How many of y'all ready to have some church on today?
Get over here! 1 Timothy 3:1 says, "It is a trustworthy statement. If any man aspires to the office of an overseer, it is a fine work he desires to do. An overseer then must be above reproach, the husband of one wife, temperate, prudent, respectable, hospitable, able to teach, not addicted to wine or pugnacious, but gentle, peaceable, free from the love of money. He must be one who manages his own household well, keeping his children under control with all dignity. But if a man does not know how to manage his own household, how will he take care of the church of God? And not a new convert, so that he will not become conceited and fall into the condemnation incurred by the devil. And he must have a good reputation with those outside the church, so that he will not fall into reproach and the snare of the devil." So if the Bible say that, and this is going on, but you responded like that, wouldn't that mean you are disqualified as a bishop?